If I had to recommend one book to you for talking with young kids about death and what it means and what sort of the process is, I would choose Life is Like the Wind. This is my #1 recommended book. It's good for younger children, and it explores what it really means when somebody dies and helps them understand difficult to understand concepts. Here's a brand new book series, a kid's book about, and they do different difficult subjects that are hard to talk to kids about. But this is the most recent one, a kid's book about death. It's fantastic. It's really for kids of all ages, particularly older kids. A lot of the picture books that I'll share with you today are for younger kids, but this one can span, all age ranges, but it's a great resource. The next 2 books I'm going to show you are great for kids, but they're also really fabulous books even for adults to sort of explore grieving. The first one is Michael Rosen's Sad Book. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous book about grief after a death. And I recommend it for people of all ages, not just kids. And then the second one is Cry, Heart, But Never Break. This is a beautiful story about a grandparent who dies. And it can be a little bit frightening for young children because death, sort of the Grim Reaper appears, but the Grim Reaper is not an evil, life-sucking demon, but rather someone who has to do a difficult job, which is part of life. So I recommend these 2 books highly. Sometimes people are looking for something to do with their child to help them process the grief. This book, The Memory Box, is a great example of a book that you can use with younger kids if you want to be a little more action-oriented. And then there's The Grief Bubble, which I highly recommend for older kids who can write and think more deeply about their feelings. Books are a great way to break the ice with your kids when talking about death, when dealing with grief, when planning for attendance at a funeral. And so I encourage you to check out the books that I've shared here. There's many, many more also available, so I'd love to hear from you if you have a suggestion for a book for me to include in my library. And please be in touch if we can be of help as you navigate the death of a loved one with your young children. Thanks for watching.